Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers 2, and here we have a Drake Interplanetary Kraken. This is from Star Citizen, and it is available in the Steam Workshop. I'll go ahead and put credit on screen and a link in the description. So I went ahead and took it upon myself to put some other creations here on the deck to demonstrate the functionality of carrier type ships in Space Engineers. So this is a possible way that you could use carrier ships in both Space Engineers 1 and 2, because both games have this. These so as you can see right now, I can't move anywhere. Check it out. I hit I select landing gear, and I hit unlock. Bada bing, bada boom. Then I have functional interceptors and other aircraft. Or I guess spacecraft. So, in theory, you could load this thing up with all kinds of interceptors and bomber craft, all kinds of stuff. But, you know, for now, they are planning on doing they're going to raise the PCU limits and do some optimization of the game pretty soon. At least that's what they put out in the development notes, so we'll wait for that. Because it's a pretty big ship. So, sadly, this looks super cool. It's an elevator, but sadly, as of right now, it is not functioning. Hopefully in the future, the builder of this will be able to get that to work. A lot of the interior of the ship is not quite finished yet. It's still a work in progress. I have a lot of faith in this ship's builder. Oh, here's that elevator shaft right there. That they will see it through, because what they have so far is very impressive. The exterior of the ship is quite pleasing to the eyes, and you can see right here we have floors upon floors upon floors. The only question is how they're going to get all these floors to be accessible in a visually appealing way. Or what they might do is block a lot of it off. So this is just a room. See? So you can see that they've definitely started work on the interior. These are the little wing areas. And there are little cargo hangars down here, so probably in the future there will be more cargo space inside the ship, or once the devs add more blocks to the game. They've been adding a lot of decorative blocks recently, but I'm sure in the future they'll add more functional ones. Hopefully these hangar doors will be able to be closed. But yeah, alright, so let's go ahead and find our way to the bridge of the ship. And we shall see how it functions as a vessel of war. There are also turrets scattered in different areas of the ship. Currently, there's a non-functional. There is a weapons mod available on the workshop. However, it's not really useful for a ship like this for two reasons. One, the PCU count is already super duper high. So having it bristle with machine guns would not help a lot. And also, these types of turrets will not be useful until later on in the development stage, when they have AI controlled turrets, similar to Space Engineers 1. Because in Space Engineers 1, you can build turrets that can auto-lock onto targets and such. So once they get to that point in the development, that's when those types of turrets will actually be functional and useful. So as of right now, you don't actually have to open the doors in order to pass through them. And even though that is not visually appealing, to be honest with you, it does help a lot, because I don't remember, because I haven't played Space Engineers 1 in a while. You actually have to click on this little thing right here in order to open the door, which is super duper annoying. especially if you're trying to get into a ship and you're flying alongside the ship or something like that, or just getting it lined up. It's really annoying. So to be honest with you, phasing through the doors like this isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, that's cool. This looks like they're continuing to work on this bridge here. But maybe an improvement they can make in the future is make the entirety of the door, at least in the middle part, clickable. That way, because people could create pretty cool doors if they could cover that up and you just click that center area, or maybe make it an option in the door settings. I don't know. First off, here is the view from inside. All right. So you may see different thrusters on the back of this ship. So I may be completely incorrect. Please let me know in the comments. But that, to my understanding, those yellow-orange thrusters, those are for interplanetary ships. So this will work in space. My understanding is in the future that will consume fuel, versus the ion thrusters, which are the blue ones. Those are for space, not for interplanetary stuff, so don't work inside of atmospheres, or work extremely little inside of atmospheres. And they run off of electricity, while these would run off of fuel, and these work better inside of atmospheres and not as well outside of atmospheres. That is my current understanding. So, and as you can see, the our little bomber on the front and our interceptors are holding to the ship perfectly well. All right, let's go ahead and crash. We're going to crash in this tiny asteroid down here because it's way closer. So these asteroids look like they're pretty close. They are not close. Just so everybody is aware, everything looks a lot closer than it actually is. And sorry, I'm getting a lot closer to my microphone because I'm trying to see what that is to the right of this asteroid. Maybe we'll take an interceptor if one survives, and we'll fly over there and see what that is. It's an unnatural looking shape, that's for sure. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. Oh man. So one thing I've noticed is that if you crash into asteroids, especially with a large ship, there tends to be some issues with rendering the damage. If I would have taken two massive Drake Krakens and smashed them together, the game seems to be able to process that better than if I crash into an asteroid. But we're also running the PCU limit issues. Interesting. I'm wondering if we'll make it all the way through the asteroid. Or so there also comes a point, I don't know if they fixed this yet, but there came a point where once enough destruction had been rendered, the game would stop calculating destruction. I mean, it looks like we're essentially chopping our way through the asteroid. I know the ship is getting the business too, but I believe the asteroid is also sort of getting hammered and taking damage. No, I think we... No, okay, thank God we didn't crash. Solid. Okay, 34,000 PCU were destroyed. So, let's check out the damage. Huh. It's like that episode of SpongeBob where... where they're, wrecking the Flying Dutchman ship, and they're like, yeah, we'll just buff out them scratches. Here's one of the interceptors. Or what's left. Oh, it looks like both of them just flew off. So I guess there is a point at which these little connectors... I guess there's a point at which they lose their grip. Interesting. So, we did in fact chop like a good part of the way through this asteroid with just a collision alone. Wow, that's super cool. Check that out. That's pretty sick. That's actually pretty good physics, because what a lot of people don't understand is, like, yes, these are light armor blocks, and in theory they should just shatter when they hit an asteroid like this, but in reality, when you have like physics at play and you have mass to an object, mass and speed, because we hit it at like 800 or 900 miles an hour, maybe 1,000, something like that. When you have mass and speed to an object, its ability to cause damage on another material. So say, oh wow, that's, yeah, so you see this entire left side is obliterated. However, all I'm saying is this is more realistic than some people might think, because say you have an aluminum spaceship and you smash into a steel asteroid. If you're going fast enough and you have heavy enough weight, this actually may be the sort of result you're going to get. It'll stop. It'll eventually, you know. However, it's going to do some damage to the steel as well. It's not like aluminum just shatters and goes poof. Matter doesn't just go poof. So there's a transfer of energy that happens, and yeah, that's super interesting. Man, that is super cool. I'm gonna screenshot this and probably put it on the workshop. Not the workshop, on the Steam community. That's super cool. It's a new form of mining. How do I get a good angle? All right. Now I saw another asteroid over yonder somewhere that I really want to check out. That one down there. Gonna spawn this in so I can get over there a little bit faster. Y'all are getting a little sneak preview at another ship that I'm gonna be reviewing soon. Oh man, I'm being lazy right now. So this is supposed to be a racing ship. Let's see how fast it is. That's pretty sick. I just want to see what this structure is, because this is not a natural looking... Maybe it's just an optical illusion. From far away, it doesn't look natural. It'd be super cool if you flew out far enough, because I know this is early access, but if you flew out far enough and you could see Easter eggs, that'd be kind of cool. Nah, it's just an ate-up asteroid. Alright, y'all. Well, until next time.